Hi everyone, thanks for watching africanitiesblog.com. Today's topic is the latest protests in the Middle East. Basically, what we're trying to do is to understand how population are living the situation in the Middle East and what future do you think is possible there. And to help us to understand that, I'm going to receive a UK-based journalist, Akintayo. Hi Akintayo, how are you today?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm okay, thank you. Basically, can you tell us what is your perception about the situation in Middle East?
Well, it was long coming. A lot of people saw it coming, and we're not really surprised because, it was a revolution that started in Tunisia, and it was something that was not expected in the way it started. It was just a 23-year-old vegetable seller that kicked off the whole thing. He killed himself in Tunisia, and the whole thing snowballed into a bloody revolution all over the North Africa and Middle East. And one thing I just want to know is the Middle East, North Africa has always been known for authoritarian rulers like Gaddafi, Mubarak, even the monarchy in Saudi Arabia. So it was a bloody revolution that was long awaited. So it just came at that time. But the only thing is just people never believed it could start with the way it started in Tunisia.
All right. And what future can you imagine for those countries?
Well, I think just like what is happening in Egypt right now, there is a lot of reform in the economic and judicial sector in Egypt. You know, they were having dictators as their rulers, but now the people's will prevailed and they had to chase out their rulers. And now things are changing. They want their own democratic rulers to rule them, to give them a future. And one thing that would come about is more foreign investors will want to come in and they will be interested in the Egyptian economy, the Tunisian economy, all over the world. Even countries like Algeria, which had not really experienced the revolution, they are changing so many things. Even Yemen. So it's just like what happened in Bahrain recently, that they had a constitutional amendment. It was because of this revolution. So it's really something better for the whole of North Africa and the Middle East.
All right, you just talk about dictators. Is staying too long in power could be the cause of those situations?
Yeah, but staying too long in power, coupled with a lot of things, if you stay too long in power and the changes are not coming, then you should give the chance to another person to do it. Because if you're there as a dictator, that means your economic advisors and people who could bring in more ideas wouldn't be free to talk to you about it. Because if you have younger people, if you have younger blood in the system, I think things will really change. And that's exactly what the people were yearning for, that they wanted a change. They want a change in the rulership. It's not just about people like maybe Mubarak and Gaddafi alone. Even the people that had worked with them over the years as ministers, they are not bringing about the change people wanted. The people wanted their own people, their own representative to be there to turn around things. And I believe that revolution in North Africa is spreading around the world, and it's for the good of the world.
All right, thank you Akintayo for this answer. Let's feel the pulse of the people.
Frankly speaking, before I had no idea about the problems which people in Middle East face, but then when it started from Tunisia and then went on to Egypt, I was expecting that even the justice in Libya won't take so long and so many people won't be killed in such a ruthless manner. But now, as day by day everything is passing on, I'm knowing more about Gaddafi and how the Western and the European nations are not working about it, like the delay in the no-fly zone and the delay in airstrikes and everything. It makes me a little frustrated as a common person because I don't want so many deaths.
Okay. Where are you from?
India.
And how do the India people are living the situation? Are they aware, are they concerned about what's happening in North Arab country?
Sadly, for example, for UK, it is more about taking the UK citizens out of Libyan oil fields. In the same way, for India, it is more about taking the Indians out of the condition. For Americans, it's more about excavating all these. It's not more about the Libyans anymore. But what I would like to say is, yes, Indians are, through the international exposure, feeling about the entire situation, because we also have a lot of problems with Kashmir going on and Pakistan. So we can at some level understand what exactly is going on. So many people are getting slaughtered every day. So yeah.
Okay, and what future do you think is possible for those people?
I don't believe that even if they get a democracy or if a revolution ends, it guarantees that a better system or governance will be restored. I believe that in all the Middle Eastern countries who want protest and who want a revolution, they should actually be ready with a set of constitutional reforms also, so that which can be implemented in the country's governing system rather than just being a martyr and just killing yourself or just suiciding, because the goal should be right there in front. Like for example in Egypt, you'll see they had the entire frustration for 18 days, but right now everything is still not solved, though it's not there in the paper so much, but then they still are going, there are a lot of problems going on between the protesters now, and they have a lot of gender issues and a lot of religion violence coming up. So I don't want that to happen. I just want that the goal should be ready right from the very beginning itself.
All right, thanks a lot. Hi, can you tell us what is your perception about the Middle East protest?
I think it's a very dangerous and concerning situation, because after Tunisia or Egypt, right now we have the problems in Libya, and with the vote of the UN resolution on Libya, I think that we have to be aware that the consequences can be very, very hard if we think about what happened in Iraq or Afghanistan, by the possibility for foreign troops to be able to fight Gaddafi forces. I think that we have to know that it could be a very long-term war.
All right. And what future do you think is possible for those countries?
The Middle East countries.
Yes.
I think that what happened with the Arab Revolution is a good story to show that those countries wanted democracy, and that the people, the population could fight to get their democracy. I think that we just have to be very careful one more time about the way politics work, that we have to respect the democracy and think about what the people really want.
All right. And is staying too long in power could be the cause, of that situation?
Of course, and we can see the same situation for some sub-Saharan countries, with some presidents staying for 20 or 30 years in power, and then they gave power to their son. And I think that we should try to see how some people could stay in power for like 4, 5, 6 years, and respect a law who could allow the opposition to take power also.
All right, thanks a lot, Nicolas. That was Fabiola for AfricanitisBlog.com.